Senator and co-chair of the United States Senate Air Force Caucus, I'm so pleased to be a part of this special celebration. We are living through an extraordinary time, fighting two battles. First, the health threat of the COVID-19 virus, and second, the resulting threat to our economy. Not only domestically, but globally. You have to go back to World War II to find any similarity to these difficult times. World War II birthed the Army Air Corps, and thus the Air Force, along with the greatest generation. We need you to step up and become the next greatest generation. I believe that you have the making of becoming just that because of your heartfelt willingness to serve others in this time of crisis. On behalf of the United States Senate, I can't tell you how proud we are of all of you. Congratulations again on today's tremendous accomplishment.
Thank you to all the men and women graduating today from the United States Air Force Academy. I know you've worked hard, but it's been worth it as you achieve this amazing milestone. Good luck in your career. I know you'll do a fantastic job serving in the Air Force and the Space Force on behalf of our great nation. Congratulations, good luck, and God bless.
Hey, USAFA class of 2020. This is Senator Martha McSally here, class of 88. Congratulations on your graduation and your commissioning. A couple of nuggets of advice as you transition to be second lieutenants. First, memorize your oath of office and hold it in your heart and have it drive what you do every single day. Also, our core values of integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all you do. Keep them with you as you transition. And finally, you now need to be the best second lieutenant you can be. You're no longer the cadet first class in charge of whatever. It's now your responsibility to be an officer and the best possible second lieutenant you can be, to learn your career field and excel with those core values. Be safe out there while you're on leave. Congratulations again, and God bless you all.
Congratulations, 2020. Bob, way to go. We're very proud of you. I'm deeply honored to have been asked by the Association of Graduates and some of my class members to offer a couple words as you prepare for the commissioning ceremony, the graduation ceremony, and service in active duty. I'm General Gregg Martin, USAF retired, class of 1970. 50 years ago, the class of 70 sat in exactly the same seats, figuratively at least, that you're sitting in today. And I talked to some of my classmates and I asked them, do they remember that day, and what do they remember most about that day? And they said, you know, we were a little anxious. We weren't sure how we would do in our first Air Force specialty training course, or how we would do at our first assignment at a real operational Air Force base. Some were apprehensive. They were comfortable at the academy and they understood it, and they were going to go into an unknown environment. Most of us were engaged at the academy during the Vietnam War, and we knew that we would probably serve there. And we wondered how we'd measure up in the heat of combat. But you know, as I think about your situation, you probably have those same questions, but it's a much different world. We're in an uncertain time. As you know, we have 3 major conflicts going on in the Mideast, in Southwest Asia and Central Asia. We have a great power competition that's reemerged, and the ebb and flow of the pace of that competition and the partners involved in that. And certainly right now with the global pandemic, COVID-19, of which you all are very familiar. The times are uncertain. Then let me just say that the members of class of 1970 offer our great congratulations to you for the way you have handled the change in your life as the Academy has sent home the lower 3 classes and kept you to keep your education on track so that you could graduate and begin to serve on time. In fact, now, quite early, which is great. The new career will be terrific. So what's next? When I think back on my 4 years at the Air Force Academy, 35 years of active duty service, 15 years as a senior mentor and a consultant since retiring, it occurs to me that I probably have a lot of stories and a lot of teaching points. Let me just give you one story. I had just been appointed as a 4-star commander of the United States Air Forces in Europe and as the commander of Allied Air Forces, Northern Europe. I'd been there for about a year and a half when 9/11 occurred. About 8 months after we defeated the Taliban, I was asked to participate in a conference in the Massachusetts area to discuss combat control in a wartime environment. I remember we had a gala dinner the night before, and the Band of Liberty, Air Force Band of Liberty, was playing a multimedia presentation for all of us to see, patriotic music, and pictures of airmen all over Afghanistan. It was impressive. But I sat there and I thought to myself, am I worthy of the charge that's been given to me as the commander of United States Air Forces Europe to prepare these wonderful airmen to go downrange in harm's way and be successful? Have I done everything I can do? Have I given them the training, the equipment, the assets, the exercises they needed to be prepared for that? And so I offer to you that term, am I worthy, is something that you might want to think about as you start your career. Being worthy is important. Well, what is worthy? Number one, a worthy officer is trusted. An individual who knows their stuff, is competent, and spends their time developing and engendering a teamwork and a trust environment. No military operation I know will be successful when the chips are down if the men and women fighting together don't have trust in one another. Second, a worthy officer treats everyone with dignity and respect. Now, we're all pretty good, but we all make mistakes. And what I found over time is what's important is how you critique those mistakes. I found that if you critique the performance and the results and compare them to the standards and the expectations, that you'll get much more success out of your people, rather than critiquing the person, running them into the ground, making sure they understand that you're in charge. Number three, I found that it becomes very important for us to inspire a sense of hope. If you're a worthy leader, it works with his associates, subordinates, organizations to develop a vision of hope, a plan, and a roadmap for achieving success. And last, I believe a worthy leader makes life enjoyable. I know you all have faced challenging times, but in retrospect, when you look back on it, oftentimes you'll find humor in it. Don't lose your sense of humor. A worthy leader will find ways to show appreciation, to give people a break when they deserve it, to provide comic relief, and most important, to show that there is more to life than a 24/7, 365 grind. The class of 70 is inspired by the way you have faced challenges and overcome them. Let me also tell you that we know you will make us proud as you blaze your career trails in the United States Air Force, the United States Space Force, and for those 13 cadets going home to their nations, their 12 nations, that you will make us proud as you serve in your armed services. And not only that, please remember that because of your class ring, you will always have a tie to the class of 1970 and the class of 63, 60, and 59, the original class at the Academy, as you take your rightful place in the long blue line. Congratulations, 2020. Bob. Good luck, good hunting, Godspeed, and may God bless each and every one of you.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. We're proud of every single one of you, and welcome to the long blue line.
Hi everyone, it's Deborah Lee James, the 23rd Secretary of the Air Force. Congratulations on your graduation. Best of luck in the future. You are our pioneers, our innovators, and the time is now for you to lead us into the future. Welcome to the premier air and space force on the planet.
To the class of 2020, your dedication, perseverance, and commitment are examples for all of us. And as you embark on your journey of service to our great country, please know that we're all proud of you and excited to see what the future holds for you. We're grateful for your service and your willingness to defend our country and stand for the Academy's core values and those of our democracy. Well done. And congratulations, class of 2020, on joining the Long Blue Line. You did it.
Howdy, I'm General Retired Mark Welsh, class of 76, and I just wanted each and every one of you to know how proud I am of you and how grateful I am that you chose to serve. Thank you for that. Congratulations on today, and welcome to the profession of arms.
Congratulations, USAFA class of 2020. I'm General Retired Janet Wolfenbarger, class of 1980. I salute you all and wish you the very best as officers and leaders in the world's greatest air and space forces.
On behalf of the illustrious class of 1973, I'd like to congratulate the class of 2020 as they graduate from our Air Force Academy.
Greetings and best wishes from the far end of the Long Blue Line to you, the newest members of that line. We know that you're ready for the challenges of the profession of arms. You're ready for the Air Force. You'll be there for the Air Force and for the nation, and we expect no less.
Congratulations, class of 2020. It was my honor to be your superintendent from day one. And today I'm proud of you for overcoming real challenges with innovation and grit. Well done. Now keep learning, keep lifting others, keep the faith. Our Air Force and our country need you. Welcome to the Long Blue Line.
Congratulations, USAFA class of 2020. You did it. A little earlier and a little different than planned, but now members of the Long Blue Line. I'm Major General Joseph Reynes, Jr., class of 1978, and now serving as a Vice President at USAA. On behalf of Wayne Peacock and all the men and women at USAA, we want to let you know how very proud we are of each and every one of you. We know what it means to serve and know that you have now committed to that same service in times of great challenge and great opportunity. We look forward to your future success and want you to know that USAA and all your fellow graduates are here to support that success. Congratulations again. Well done. You aimed high and you hit the target. Let's now go fly, fight, and win. Go Falcons.
USAFA class of 2020. It's Colonel Kim Campbell, and I just wanted to say congratulations, and I'm so thankful I got to meet so many of you and get to know you during your time here at the Academy. I know it's been a rough few weeks, but hopefully you can look back on it and know that you got through this challenging time together. That's one of the best things about being at the Academy and being a graduate of the Academy is that you will make friends and have relationships that will last a lifetime. As you go out on your next adventure, know that there will be challenges along the way, challenges that you may not expect. So go out, work hard, be good at what you do, work together as a team, and take care of your airmen. Congratulations and best of luck.
20 years ago, the space station became an international home. And 20 years after I graduated from USAFA, the space station became my home. Where will your passion and innovation and exploration take us 20 years from now? Ad Astra, class of 2020, to the stars.
Welcome to the class of 2020. Today is a monumental, life-changing day for you as you join the most lethal and formidable air and space forces in the world. Over 20 years ago, my classmates and I from the Golden Class of 1999 were in your shoes and stepped into a world about to change in the post-Cold War environment and the new reality of the global war on terror. You're stepping into an always changing world, so whether it's dealing with pandemics, new asymmetric threats in battlegrounds and space, or forging a new path to protect our country and its interests, I'm excited to be a part of your special day. You're the future leaders, innovators, and explorers, and as any of you who follow NASA know, your generation is part of the Artemis generation. It's up to you to help us push humankind to the moon and our next giant leap to stay, and then to Mars and beyond. We're excited to see what your future holds, and we're grateful for your willingness to serve our country. We have no shortage of problems. need your ideas, your energy, your exploring spirit. We need you. I'm proud to welcome you into the Officer Corps, so get out there and get things done. Congratulations, class of 2020, you did it.
The class of 2020, the Bob Hoovers. You now begin a journey of service to our country that may lead to walking on and exploring Mars. Our academy has prepared you and your classmates for this and everything else. Now it's up to you. Congratulations, Hoovers. Make us proud.
Congratulations, 2020. The class of 70 has been honored to be your legacy class, and we're very proud of you all. Go out there and make your life successful, purposeful, and fun, but always with honor. Again, congratulations, and God bless you all. Geez, we would have loved to have had a shot at the Space Force.
Class of 2020, congratulations, you did it. A little earlier, a little different, certainly more challenging, but graduates none the same. Welcome to the Long Blue Line. I'm Colonel Retired Dave Morrissey, class of 1990, and your Senior Relationship Advisor at USAA. On behalf of all the men and women at USAA, I want to tell you how very proud we are of each one of you. We say we know what it means to serve, but your service and dedication during this incredibly challenging time has truly been an inspiration to all of us. Congratulations again. Now let's go fly, fight, and win.
Greetings, members of the United States Air Force Academy class of 2020. I'm Dr. Chris Howard, the president of Robert Morris University. More importantly, I am a member of and class president of the class of 1991 of the United States Air Force Academy. Go, bold, go. Now, I know this has been a trying time for students across America, but especially you and your classmates and your fellow service members. But know this, as future members of our Air Force and Space Force, you will conquer this crisis and other crises to come, home and abroad. Just know that the Long Blue Line stands behind you. We're proud of the officers that you're going to become, the servant leaders you're destined to be. So again, my celebrations, my congratulations to the class of 2020, the United States Air Force Academy. Go bold, gold, and of course, go Air Force.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Greg Huey, class of 1992, and I want to say congratulations. You made it. You're getting ready to enter the premier air and space force in the world. This adventure of active duty you're getting ready to embark on will be some of the most rewarding years in your life. During your career, find mentors, support your fellow airmen, and enjoy the ride. Lastly, remember where you've been and always look forward to where you're going.
Class of 2020, congratulations. You've done it. All those days, every grad has thought, I'm never going to get there. It's never going to happen. Well, it's happening. You did it. You deserve great credit. I wish you the best in your careers and want you to know that every day, every year that passes, you're going to be more and more proud of what you've accomplished. Take care.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sully Sullenberger, a proud member of the illustrious class of 73. I'm sending my greetings to the class of 2020 and their parents. As you graduate, you'll have the privilege of joining the Long Blue Line. So congratulations, 2020. Fast, neat, average.
Hey, class of 2020, Chad Hennings here, class of 1988. Wanting to congratulate you on a job well done. You guys are proof of what you can accomplish and what you can do when you pull together as a team. You guys are doing a great job, and I'm so excited for your future. Take care. God bless.
Hi, I'm Ron Nirenberg, Mayor of San Antonio, Texas, Military City, USA. Today is a monumental day for you as you join the most formidable air and space forces in the world. Your dedication and commitment during an unprecedented time in history is an example for every future cadet. You've forged a new path and are redefining what it means to serve. You are the future leaders. the innovators, and the pioneers. We're excited to see what your future holds and are grateful for your willingness to defend our country and stand for principles of democracy. Congratulations, Class of 2020, United States Air Force Academy graduates. You did it. Fly, fight, win.
The years ahead will see incredible change in air and space technology, and you're going to make it happen. Congratulations, Class of 2020.
That's fine.
Sam, is there a spot for radio? Grab it.
hot?
I'm not hot.
Perfect song.
Alex, are you ready to go? On the end of 10, we're ready to roll. Pulse, control, ready to go? Okay, ready to go. I'll turn it up on it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Vice President of the United States, Mike Pence. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the 62nd graduation ceremony of the United States Air Force Academy. The graduates of the Robert Anderson Bob Hoover class of 2020, thank you for sharing this special day with them. It is now my honor to welcome the graduating class of 2020. Distinguished visitors, please be seated.
Hello, class of 2020, and congratulations on your graduation. America is grateful to you for devoting the last 4 years to acquiring the education, training, and leadership skills to serve our country and lead airmen and women. You've lived up to this institution's values: integrity first, service before self, excellence in all we do. I wish you all the best as you embark on your next steps in this honorable tradition. Thank you for your service, and go Air Force.
Hi, I'm United States Senator Cory Gardner. Congratulations to the 2020 graduating class of the United States Air Force Academy. And while we can't be there in person, we are there with you in spirit as you celebrate your 4 years of hard work, sacrifice, duty, and honor. This is a great opportunity for me to say thank you. Thank you for what you have done for our country and for what you will continue to do for our great nation. All of our country is grateful for your service, your sacrifice, and the ultimate courage which led you to the decision as you receive your diploma. This will be something that we all remember for sure, in the uniqueness of our history, but also the challenge it presents that you will be entering into to face. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your courage, your work, and I look forward to seeing your leadership succeed in the years to come. God bless you, and God bless these great United States of America.
Hello, Air Force Academy class of 2020. This is Congressman Doug Lamborn, and I want to congratulate you all on the wonderful achievement of graduating from the United States Air Force Academy. You will soon go out to lead our nation's men and women in uniform with the integrity, selflessness, and excellence you were taught at the Academy. I commend your patriotism, grit, and dedication to the defense of our country. This community is so proud of you, and we wish you the best of luck. God bless you all.
Hi, I'm General Steve Wilson, Vice Chief of Staff of the Air Force. What makes the nation's, and indeed the world's COVID response efforts so challenging is that so many of the details about this threat remain unknown. But that is exactly what we train you to do: to work through fog and friction, to adapt and to overcome against threats to our nation. And I'm so glad we were able to bring you into the fight a little early, and I look forward to seeing what you can accomplish. Congratulations, USAFA Class of 2020. We don't just want you, you're the future leaders, innovators, and pioneers our nation needs, and we need you now more than ever. Aim high, and congratulations.
Targets in sight, Class of 2020. You're almost there. I'm General Mark Milley, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and congratulations to each of you in the Class of 2020 on your graduation from the U.S. Air Force Academy. Your target is indeed in sight. Today marks an impressive achievement for you and your parents, but your journey is just beginning. You will serve your country in a time of incredible challenge and increased complexity in the global strategic environment. And most of all, you will be serving your country at a time when the character of war is undergoing fundamental change. During your time of service, you're going to see new and emerging technologies, radically new doctrines, totally different organizations, and you will be the leaders who take our country into a distant future. You have been taught a wide variety of skills at the Air Force Academy, and you will each now enter various career training programs that will further develop you to lead our nation's most precious resource, the young men and women who form the United States Air and Space Forces. Maintain your integrity throughout it all. Keep your standards high. Take care of your troops and accomplish the mission. And above all, remember why we fight: to protect the American people, to protect the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and to preserve our way of life. Again, congratulations to each of you in the class of 2020. Aim high.
Hello, everyone. I'm Secretary of Defense Mark Esper, and I'd like to congratulate the Air Force Academy's graduating class of 2020. You are joining the long blue line, following in the footsteps of our nation's finest airmen. As you commission into the Air Force and, for the first time, the Space Force, I expect you to embody the values you've learned at the Academy: integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all you do. Today, our country faces unprecedented challenges, and our military has taken on new missions to fight a global pandemic. But make no mistake, you are ready for this. We train our officers to be comfortable with uncertainty, to thrive in ambiguous situations, and to remain ready to confront any threat. This is now your time to serve the nation as you defend the United States at home and abroad. Thank you for choosing to be part of the world's greatest military. I am proud of your accomplishments and excited to watch you lead. Aim high, and congratulations.
Present arms! Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem and remain standing for the invocation. Order, arms! At ease. Ladies and gentlemen, Chaplain Colonel Paul D. Suter, United States Air Force Academy Command Chaplain.
I invite you to please join me in prayer. Almighty God, creator of the land, sea, sky, and beyond, you formed all people in your image. We thank you for the rich diversity of this historic 62nd graduating class of the United States Air Force Academy, from which cadets will for the first time commission into the United States Space Force. May their example of solidarity and perseverance through the challenge of their academy experience remind us of the rich rewards gained from loving our neighbors near and far, and encourage us to afford dignity and respect to all. Even as our globe endeavors to flatten the curve of COVID-19, we now lengthen the long blue line of Air Force Academy graduates. We are grateful for these exceptional cadets during these extraordinary days. We find hope knowing they are more than capable for the tasks ahead as leaders of character in service to our nation through our military branch services. These soon-to-be commissioned and graduating members of the Bob Hoover class have lived up to their exemplar, and with 2020 vision, have their target in sight. They have summited the heights of Eagle Peak, soared through the spacious skies, and walked through the depths of Jacks Valley. In a few quick moments, gone will be their blue caps. Vanished also will be the white caps of graduation, tossed high into the contrails of the mighty Thunderbirds in one heavenly roar. We acknowledge your unfailing provision and give you thanks for all who have supported their success. Family, friends, sponsors, benefactors, academy staff, faculty, professors, coaches, AOCs, AMTs, helping agencies, and especially their peers. Bless them and us all with your love, mercy, and wisdom always. Bless especially our keynote speaker, Vice President of these our United States, Vice President Michael Pence, that his words would motivate us to renewed commitment to our country as well as our neighbors around the globe. Now, O Lord, make us and our graduates steadfast in the pursuit of freedom and justice for all. Until that day, when nation will take up sword against nation, will not take up sword against nation, nor will they train for war anymore. In your most holy name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Suter. We would like to pause for a moment of silence and the singing of the third verse of the Air Force song to remember those from the long blue line who have gone before and in light of all we have endured as a nation, an Air Force, a Space Force, and the United States Air Force Academy. Here's a toast to the host of those who love the best of the sky. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, I am pleased to welcome the Vice President of the United States, the Honorable Mike Pence, the Secretary of the United States Air Force, the Honorable Barbara M. Barrett, the Chief of Staff of the Air Force, General David L. Goldfein, the Chief of Space Operations, General John J. W. Raymond, Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, Khalith O. Wright, the Space Force Senior Enlisted Advisor, Chief Master Sergeant Roger Toby A. Toberman, the Superintendent of the United States Air Force Academy, Lieutenant General J. B. Silveria, and all other United States Air Force Academy senior leaders here with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, General Silveria.
Good morning, everyone, our distinguished guests, and of course, the United States Air Force Academy's graduating class of 2020. I'd also like to extend a special welcome to everyone joining us on this broadcast online today. This format is a first for our Academy, and today's ceremony will look quite a bit different than ever before. We are privileged to have the support of an incredible extended community. This is a community that we would normally welcome to Falcon Stadium and help us celebrate the accomplishments of this incredible class of leaders. But under the current circumstances, we are honored to have your support from wherever you may be tuning in. A special thanks to the local Colorado Springs community. We have already seen pictures of flags flying in support this morning of the class of 2020. To the parents, friends, families, loved ones, our local leaders, community leaders, and everyone else watching this today, thank you for your unwavering support. Another group watching today who has shown tremendous love for this class is our graduate community. One very special group of alumni reached out to me and wanted to extend their support and admiration for this class in particular. From one class who graduated in difficult times for our nation to another. Our first graduating class, the class of 1959, persevered through adversity to truly define what it means to be a member of the Long Blue Line. In recognition of the grit shown by the class of 2020, the graduates of the class of 1959 have prepared a plaque recognizing the permanent bond between past and future, formally honoring the class of 2020 as one that has further strengthened the proud traditions of this institution. And you can see behind the wall, the Long Blue Line begins with the class of 1959, and then we will add the class of 2020. That the Vice President of the United States is here today as our commencement speaker is an incredible honor, as an endorsement of the importance of these graduates and our academy to the future of our military and the strength of our national security. And as chairman of the National Space Council, he will be here to witness the moment that we send our first graduates into the United States Space Force. Mr. Vice President, thank you for joining us today, sir, and welcome to the United States Air Force Academy. Today, we are also honored by the presence of our 25th Secretary of the Air Force, the Honorable Barbara Barrett. Thank you, ma'am, for being here. Our 21st Chief of Staff of the Air Force, General David L. Goldfein, and a proud member of the USAFA class of 1983. Thank you, sir. And the first Chief of Space Operations for the United States Space Force, General John J. Raymond. Thank you, sir. Each of these graduates here today represents the tireless dedication of our faculty, our AOCs and AMTs, our outstanding coaches, and a staff that impress me each and every day. In the past few weeks, these incredible professionals have put in an effort that will forever be remembered as a defining moment in the Academy's history. I can't thank you all enough for your work in training, educating, and inspiring our cadets, and for getting the class of 2020 to graduation. Today, these exceptional young leaders in the 62nd graduating class of the United States Air Force Academy start their careers, and I am confident that they will take our air and space forces and make them their own. I'm incredibly proud of each and every one of you, and on behalf of the entire Academy community, congratulations to the class of 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my distinct pleasure to introduce the first Chief of Space Operations, General John J. Raymond. Sir, thank you for your steadfast partnership and your support of these future leaders. This Academy is always proud to welcome you.
Good morning. Vice President Pence, Secretary Barrett, Chief Goldfein, General Severia, and most importantly, the class of 2020. General Severia, thank you for your leadership of this great academy. Thank you for the kind introduction. I am truly, truly honored to be here with you this morning. Although I am not an academy graduate, I view this as my academy. And today that view is strengthened even more. To the class of 2020, congratulations and welcome to the United States Air Force and to the United States Space Force. In a few minutes, when you raise your hand to take the oath of office, know that our air and space forces are even better because you're on our team. Looking back at the history of the Academy, I would classify 3 classes as historic classes on the day of graduation. The first historic class was the very first class, the class of 1959, when 306 cadets raised their right hand and joined the ranks of the United States Air Force. The second class that I categorize as historic is the class of 1980. This is the first class with female cadets. The 80s ladies, which strengthened our academy and strengthened our United States Air Force. And the third class that I'd categorize as historic on graduation day is the class of 2020. This is the first class that is commissioning cadets directly into the new United States Space Force. If I could spend just a minute talking to the 86 cadets that are joining the Space Force ranks, I couldn't be more excited for you or for us. Although we have 16,000 active duty airmen and civilians assigned to the Space Force, officially on the Space Force scrolls, you are numbers 3 through 88. You are our future, and I need you to be bold. You will build this service from the ground up. You will help define our warfighting culture. You will build the Space Force as the first digital service. You will lay the foundation of service that is innovative and can go fast in order to stay ahead of a significant and growing threat. And you, if deterrence fails, will fight and win the battle for space superiority, which is so vital to our nation, our allies, and our joint and coalition forces. You won't do this alone. You'll do this with your Air Force Academy classmates. Together, the Space and Air Forces will deliver great advantage to our nation. The members of this class, both airmen and space professionals, will set the joint warfighting standard. And you will help us build two services that together, built on trust and confidence, are unbeatable. As I mentioned at the beginning of my remarks, I consider 3 classes to be historic on the day of graduation. However, all classes have gone on to make history by their actions under the most challenging times. Captain Sully Sullenberger, class of 1973, saved 155 passengers by landing his damaged aircraft in the Hudson River. Brigadier General retired Steve Ritchie, class of 1964, was a Vietnam War flying ace with 5 confirmed shoot-downs. An astronaut, Lieutenant General retired Susan Helms, class of 1980, holds the record for the longest spacewalk. You know, 50 years ago yesterday was a historic day in space. It's the day that Apollo 13 mission safely returned to Earth after a catastrophic event kept them from achieving their mission on landing on the moon. Class of 2020, now it's your time to make history. You have already demonstrated with the support of the Air Force Academy staff and faculty that you are capable of responding to extraordinary times with incredible strength, resilience, and fortitude. I can't wait to see where you lead us. To the families and friends that couldn't be here today, I know your disappointment is only surpassed by the pride that you have for your cadet and their classmates. Thank you for supporting their service, and know that they wouldn't have made it to this point without your love and support. It is now my distinct honor to introduce our nation's 21st Chief of Staff of the United States Air Force, a personal friend, a mentor, a fellow chief, and the finest airman that I know, Joe Dave Goldfein. Chief.
Thanks, Chief Raymond, for your leadership and your bold vision. The President and Vice President could not have made a better choice to be the very first Chief of Space Operations. And there is nobody my wife Dawn and I would rather work with side by side to stand up our new service than you and Molly. Class of 2020. My class. You're special to me. I told you 4 years ago, we started together and will effectively end together. And I won't forget the excitement of getting my class ring with you. A gift from my high school sweetheart, my ring dance date, the girl I married the day after graduation in 1983 because we didn't want to rush, and my best friend and teammate on this incredible 37-year Air Force journey. 18 April. Today marks the 78th anniversary of one of the most important combat missions in history, the famed Doolittle Raid. How fitting that this class, with all of you have been through, and with the significance of our first Space Force graduate, would commission on this historic day. I will tell you, while I was going through my 6 years here, I remember walking past the goblets on display in Arnold Hall that the Raiders would toast with each year to honor those who had passed, and reflected on what they accomplished together. And like so many of my fellow cadets, and perhaps like some of you today, I found inspiration in their story and pondered whether I was up to the task of leading the greatest treasure in our nation's arsenal, the young men and women who are entrusted to our care as officers. So how fitting that today you'll take your oath of office to become new second lieutenants, uttering the immortal words, "I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion." Because you see, before they took off from the deck of the USS Hornet, Lieutenant Colonel Doolittle faced every raider, each of them knowing it was likely a one-way mission. And he asked any of them who had mental reservations to step back so others could step in. And he promised each of them that not a bad word would ever be said about their decision. None did. All flew. Sacred duty. And it was Dawn's and my honor to visit the last surviving raider, Lieutenant Colonel Dick Cole, Jimmy Doodle's co-pilot, on his final day before he passed at the age of 103, and join what must have been the reunion of the ages of all 80 raiders who gathered together for the first time since they launched 78 years ago today. And I asked Dick Cole what it felt like to be flying blind after the successful strike with no beacon to guide them and dangerously low on fuel. And after a few moments, he looked up at me and he said, "Well, I could have used that GPS thing." How appropriate on this day in the history of the Air and Space Force and our beloved Academy. 78 years ago, the Raiders cemented the very notion of joint air power with the clear statement that America's Air Force working side by side with our joint teammates, can hold any target at risk, anywhere, anytime. Today, we cement in the notion of joint air and space power, because just as the Navy and the Marine Corps are our nation's naval services, we are our nation's aerospace services. We own the high ground. Today you become part of the long blue line, filled with legends like the Doolittle Raiders. Are you up to the task? Do you have what it takes to lead us into the future? I believe you do. And I'm proud of what each of you has accomplished individually on your journey, and more importantly, what you've accomplished together as a class like no other. Congratulations. It is now my distinct honor to introduce the leader of our new formation under the Department of the Air Force. Secretary Barrett grew up on a farm in Pennsylvania. Before the age of 10, she could ride a horse, milk a cow, and drive a car. And after leaving the farm, she graduated from law school and clerked for Justice Sandra Day O'Connor. Before the age of 30, she was a senior executive in 2 Fortune 500 companies. As a practitioner of aviation, she's an instrument-rated pilot and is trained for space flight. She built depth in the aviation business as the chairman of the board of Aerospace Corporation and as the deputy administrator of the FAA. She served as president of Thunderbird School of Global Management and taught leadership at Harvard Kennedy School of Government. Most importantly, she loves airmen, and we have no better friend than our secretary. It is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce to you the 25th Secretary of the Air Force, the Honorable Barbara Barrett.
Thank you. Good morning. When you arrived in 2016 or so, you knew your graduation day would be memorable. But did you imagine that your commencement would take place in mid-April? Or that each of us would have a face mask at the ready? Or that you would march a COVID-compliant 8 feet apart to the terrazzo? Or for that matter, that commissioning into the Space Force would be an option? Today, you are living history. But April 18th has been a seminal day in American freedom and for American liberty before. As was mentioned, Doolittle's raid was this day, and Airmen Swigert and Hayes returned from the Apollo 13 on this day. And on this day in 1775, Paul Revere warned that the British troops were advancing on Lexington to arrest revolutionaries John Adams and John Hancock. Exactly 8 years later, General George Washington famously ordered cessation of hostilities, signaling America's victory in the war for independence. Vice President Pence, as an ardent advocate of the Space Force, it is fitting that you preside at its first 86 lieutenants are commissioned. Graduates, when you join that long blue line, you fall in with 757 generals, including 6 air chiefs, and myriad strategists, missileers, intel experts, space operators, special tactics officers, and pilots, leaders all. This campus carries very significant meaning for me. Instead of the customary Pentagon steps, I chose Polaris Hall, bastion of core values, for my swearing in to start my journey as Air Force Secretary. Similarly, 46 months ago, your journey began when you stepped off those blue buses and gazed up at the core values. Today, as you marched up that ramp for the last time, these values are written not just in steel and framed in marble, but etched upon your hearts. These steadfast principles, your Polaris, will guide your Air Force careers and your lives. As beacons of freedom and leaders of change, you will apply the lessons of these past 4 years, or 6 as the case may be, to change the world. You will defend America on the ground. You will protect this great nation from the skies, and you will advance freedom from space, the ultimate high ground. Today you begin your ascent into the air and space forces, prepared to accomplish what your nation asks. Congratulations and thank you. And now you're about to hear, thank you. And now you are about to hear from a world leader, and yet a conscientious public servant. For inspiration, as a boy in Indiana, he turned his eyes to the stars glittering above the plains. Sure, he earned a law degree, and the people of Indiana elected him to represent them in Congress, and then Hoosiers asked him to be governor. But always, he was a champion of the military, and he was inspired by the heavens. Now he is executing the President's vision for space, launching the Space Force, landing the next man and the first woman on the moon by 2024, and then naturally on to Mars. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vice President of the United States.
Secretary Barrett, General Goldfein, General Raymond, Lieutenant General Savaria, Brigadier General Latendra, distinguished faculty, family that are looking on, my fellow Americans. It is an honor to be here at this historic institution. On what those who have spoken before have rightly said is a historic day. This is a place where since 1954 and through today, you celebrate integrity first, service before self, excellence in all you do. And today, you will be graduates of the United States Air Force Academy. Congratulations to the class of 2020. I know we gather at a time of great challenge in the life of our nation. And you all here, in the pursuit of your commission and the service of this nation, have been through a lot. And while we don't quite look like the usual graduation at the Air Force Academy, let me tell you, this is an awesome sight. And I wouldn't be anywhere else but with the 62nd class of the Air Force Academy, the class of 2020. And as I begin, let me bring greetings from a friend of mine who asked me to extend his great respect and congratulations. He is a champion of all the men and women of the armed forces of the United States, and he is your Commander-in-Chief. I bring greetings and congratulations to the class of 2020 from the President of the United States, President Donald Trump. We gather at a time of national crisis as the coronavirus epidemic impacts our nation and the wider world. For the first time in our history, every state and territory in our land are under disaster declarations. And as you well know, at the President's direction, we've marshaled the full resources of the federal government. And in partnership with governors and state and local health officials, we've launched a whole-of-government approach to meet this moment. And like all of you have done throughout your time here, even in those difficult recent days that have passed, just like you, the American people have risen to the challenge. They, like you, have met this moment with courage, resilience, and strength. The same strength and love of country that carried each of you to this day. And it is the strength that will carry our nation through these challenging times to be stronger than ever before. As America contends with what President Trump rightly calls the invisible enemy, through great hardship here at this historic place, you will commence your duties to defend this nation against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And for that, you have the thanks and admiration of the American people. America is the land of the free because we are the home of the brave. And you are the brave. From the moment the Air Force Academy was established, great Americans have stood here. They include 35 Rhodes Scholars, 42 astronauts, Medal of Honor recipients, and countless other heroes. 4 years ago, you stepped forward to join their ranks, and we rightly honor each and every one of you, those who are here and those who are not. Some of the most talented young people in America apply to come here, and yet only 1 out of every 10 nominees makes the cut. You made it through. You made the cut. You made it through 5 weeks of beast. You've run the rock. You had your hundreds night. And as America knows, you completed one of the most challenging semesters in the histories of the Air Force Academy. You did it, class of 2020. You proved yourself. And today you will graduate from this storied institution. And you will become officers in the United States Armed Forces. And to all of you that will take on those new responsibilities, let me assure you, you will be entering a military that is better equipped and better financed and better supported than any military in American history. Under your Commander-in-Chief's leadership, we've made historic investments in our national defense. We've made the strongest military in the history of the world stronger still. And you'll be joining that military and making it even stronger. Nearly half of you are going into pilot training, I'm told. And you'll go on to fly some of the most sophisticated aircraft ever known to man. 31 of you will fly unmanned aircraft, keeping watch and taking action on battlefields around the world, defending our troops and defending our freedom. And dozens of you will ensure that our military remains as dominant in space as we are on land and sea and air. You know, just 2 years ago, President Trump laid out a bold vision for American leadership in space. And last December, the President made that vision a reality when he put his signature on a historic law that created the 6th branch of our armed forces, the United States Space Force. And I'm proud to stand here today. It's 86 members of the Air Force Academy class of 2020 will commission as the first company grade officers of the Space Force. And I'm proud to report to all of you and all of you gathered here that nearly 10 years from the last time American astronauts launched into space from our native soil, thanks to the President's leadership, NASA just announced that next month American astronauts will return to space on American rockets from American soil. And some of you may be flying those rockets in the years ahead. You know, we live in a remarkable moment in the history of our armed forces. The class of 2020, this is your day. But you know you didn't get here on your own. You know, back in Indiana, we have an old saying that when you see a box turtle on a fence post, one thing you know for sure is he had help getting there. And I know each and every one of you know that's especially true with such accomplished men and women seated before me. You've been taught by some of the best military faculty anywhere in the world. You've been supported by your fellow cadets on those long days and late nights. But long before you arrived on campus, your families were there. Your moms and dads, your brothers and sisters. And I know family is especially important to this class of 2020. I was told on the way here, 51 of you have siblings who are already Air Force Academy graduates. 5 of you have 2 siblings who are alumni. 63 of you are children of Air Force Academy graduates. And I even heard that 4 of you, both of your parents, are Air Force Academy alum. You know, your families couldn't be here because of the extraordinary times in which we live, but we know they're watching from afar. And they couldn't be more proud of each and every one of you. And I know what I'm talking about. You see, I don't know what it's like to sit in that chair you're sitting in or to wear that uniform. My life didn't take me into the uniform of the United States. But I am the proud father of a United States Marine and the father-in-law of a Naval Academy graduate. So I can testify firsthand. I know just how your parents are feeling right now. And they couldn't be more proud. So would you all mind just getting on your feet and showing your family and your friends and your loved ones how much you appreciate all they've done for you for all these years? They deserve it. And your family should be proud of all you've accomplished. You know, I had a chance to spend some time with some of the members of the class of 2020, and I couldn't be more impressed. You know, it was just a little over a month ago, cadet first class from Cleveland actually came to the White House. He'd actually won a cybersecurity competition against more than 1,000 federal employees. I met him. His dad, who's a retired Army colonel, and his mom, Kristen, were with him. And I know they're watching today. Now, I asked him how he had won against 1,000 federal employees. And his answer was simple. I go to the Air Force Academy. You know, I'm told he has a scholarship to go to graduate school at Carnegie Mellon. But today he becomes an officer in the United States Air Force. Would you all just give a round of applause to a fellow cadet, the inaugural winner of the President's Cup cybersecurity competition, Sears Schultz. I also heard another inspiring story of a graduating cadet. I'm told he grew up in some tough circumstances in Fort Worth, Texas. 4 years ago, he became the first in his family to go and graduate from high school. He's the former captain and MVP of the Air Force Falcons basketball team. And today, he becomes the first in his family to graduate from college and becomes an Air Force officer. Would you please join me in congratulating Cadet First Class Lavelle Scotty. Well done, Lavelle. I mention these two because they're really emblematic of all of you. And they just show the caliber of this graduating class. You've come from the rest of us, but you're the best of us. You're the elite. You step forward to serve your nation. You endured the rigors of training here at the Air Force Academy, and you've done so under some of the most difficult circumstances in the history of this storied institution. C.S. Lewis once wrote that courage is not just one of the virtues, it is the form of every virtue at the testing point. In this time of trial and testing for you and for our nation, you have demonstrated courage, and you're an inspiration to every American. And America is being tested. And while there are signs that we are making progress in slowing the spread, as we stand here today, more than 700,000 Americans have contracted the coronavirus, and tragically, more than 37,000 of our countrymen have lost their lives. But as each of you has shown in your time here, and as the American people always show in challenging times, when hardship comes, Americans come together. We rise to the challenge, and the courage and compassion and generosity of the nation you will defend are shining through every day. You see it in the doctors and nurses on the front lines, caring for the sick and the most vulnerable. You see it in first responders from Seattle to New York City, who've gone into harm's way, and even after some became ill, went right back to work after they recovered. You see it in the farmers and the truckers and the grocers keeping food on the table, in the auto workers making tens of thousands of invaluable pieces of medical equipment that will save American lives. You see it in businesses large and small, putting the health and safety of their workers and their customers first. And you see it in the churches, synagogues, and places of worship that every day have been coming alongside those in need and offering comfort and counsel to a sheltered nation. You see it in everyday Americans. But in these challenging times, as we've seen on this campus, we also see it in the American military. Like the thousands of active duty military medical personnel that are deployed in hot spots across the nation. Like the citizen soldiers of the National Guard that are active in states across the country, supporting our healthcare workers and first responders. And you see it in the response of the Air Force medical personnel, even at this hour, deployed in New York City, relieving those devoted healthcare workers in their time of need. Or the airmen who literally flew millions of medical supplies from Europe to the United States on C-17s, or the airmen who've actually been bringing Americans stranded overseas home. America has shown, like all of you, that we are a nation of courage. And with the courage, strength, and compassion of the American people, we'll get through this. We'll protect the most vulnerable, and we will heal our land. The American people are doing their duty. Now comes your turn to do yours, to defend the people of this nation. And this we know you will do. For long after the coronavirus is defeated, your mission will go on. So take what you learned here and put it into practice. On behalf of your Commander-in-Chief, to all the new officers of the Air Force and the Space Force, in these challenging times at home and across the wider world, I admonish you. Be vigilant. Mind your mission. Respect the unified chain of command. Take care of each other and all of those who report to you. And never doubt as officers that every decision you make matters to the American people and to the security of this nation. And remember, to lead others, you must lead yourself first. Be men and women of integrity. People follow people they trust. The integrity of the upright has always guided us. Be diligent to cultivate these virtues as you've done here at this great academy, and you will lead those airmen with great distinction. Give America your best every day. The American people are counting on you. And given the long and storied history of American air power, we know we can. As has been mentioned already, this day, April 18th, is a special day for you and for the history of American air power. It was on this day in 1942, just 4 months after the attack on Pearl Harbor, an attack that was not just a day that lives in infamy, but it shocked the nation and pulled us into war. But on this day, Lieutenant Colonel Jimmy Doolittle led 16 B-25 bombers off the USS Hornet for an attack on Tokyo 668 miles away. And they succeeded. That mission by American air power inspired the nation. It gave the American people confidence that we would prevail. And I believe with all my heart that for Americans looking on from around the country at this very hour, seeing you brave men and women setting off on your mission to defend this nation, that on this day, you'll also inspire confidence that we will prevail against the invisible enemy in our time as well. So whether your service takes you into the wild blue yonder or out into the stars, always remember that you're surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, by heroes who have passed through these halls, fought the good fight, defended freedom in their time as surely as you will in yours. Like a fighter pilot named Bob Hoover, the great exemplar of the class of 2020. And finally, as you take to the air or space, I hope in my heart that you will know that you do not go alone. You will go with the confidence of your Commander-in-Chief. You will go with the support and prayers of the American people. And I hope that you may ever know that he who brought you this far will never leave you or forsake you. For as the old book says, if you rise on the wings of the dawn, if you settle on the far side of the sea, even if you go up to the heavens, there his hand will guide you. His right hand will hold you fast. So congratulations to the Air Force Academy class of 2020. New officers all in the United States Air Force and the United States Space Force. On behalf of your Commander-in-Chief and a grateful nation, thank you for your service. Aim high, fly, fight, and win, and always keep that target in sight. God bless our Air Force, our Space Force, and God bless the United States of America.
Sir, on behalf of the United States Air Force Academy, thank you for your inspiring words, Mr. Vice President. Another round of applause, please. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to have in the class of 2020 13 international students. From Georgia, Macedonia, Moldova, Pakistan, Panama, the Philippines, Republic of Korea, Rwanda, Singapore, Taiwan, Thailand, and Tunisia. Will our international students please stand and be recognized? A total of 967 Air Force Academy cadets in this year's class have completed all academic, military, and athletic graduation requirements. It gives me great pleasure to present to you Vice President Pence, the United States Air Force Academy, Robert Anderson, Bob Hoover class of 2020, and recommend each as worthy of the Bachelor of Science degree. It is now my honor to ask the United States Space Force cadets to please stand as General Raymond comes to the podium and issues the oath of office to the very first Air Force Academy graduates commissioning into the United States Space Force.
Graduates of the Robert Anderson Bob Hoover class, will you please raise your right hand, and after I read the oath of office, signify your acceptance by saying I do. Do each of you, having been appointed a second lieutenant in the United States Space Force, solemnly swear that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you'll bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that you take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which you are about to enter. So help me God. Congratulations. United States Space Force Second Lieutenants, please be seated. General Goldfein, will you please come forward to issue the oath of office to the United States Air Force cadets?
Cadets, and this is the last time anyone will ever call you that, please stand. Graduates of the Robert Anderson Bob Hoover class, will you please raise your right hand, and after I read the oath of office, signify your acceptance by saying, "I do." Do each of you, having been appointed a second lieutenant in the United States Air Force, solemnly swear that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that you take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which you are about to enter, so help you God. Congratulations.
Please stand for the playing of the Air Force song. Class of 2020, dismissed!
My name is Jamal Singleton, and I'm the running back coach for the Cincinnati Bengals and a proud member of the USAFA class of 1999. I wanted to take a moment and just give a shout out to the class of 2020. We are so proud of you guys. You've had to endure some things that no other class before you has ever had to endure. But because of it, you're going to be that much stronger. I really can't wait to see what you do in this great Air Force. Take care and much love.
Congratulations. We're so proud of you guys. I know it's a tough time right now, but you've got something you can be proud of. We love you. Your country loves you.
Hey guys, Bethany Shadburn here. Just want to say congratulations to all you seniors graduating. I know it's been a tough year with COVID-19, but y'all guys did it, so make sure that you celebrate.
Hi, I'm Miles Dasher of Team Red Bull Air Force. I'd like to give a shout out to the Air Force Academy class of 2020 graduates. Congratulations on graduating from one of the most elite service academies in America. We're all proud of you and would like to sincerely thank you for your service, sacrifice, and commitment to our nation. Thanks, guys.
Howdy, mountain biker Payson McKelvin here. I just wanted to send along a quick word of congratulations on your graduation. I also really wanted to thank you for your service. I have some great memories from racing my bike out at the Colorado Springs Air Force Academy, and wish you all the very best in the next phases of your lives.
To the graduating class of 2020, I want to thank you for your service and sacrifice. Congratulations on graduating from one of the most elite service academies. Our country is proud of you.
Hey, my name is Carson Storch. I'm a professional freeride mountain biker, and I want to say thank you and congratulations to the 2020 graduating class of the Air Force Academy. Good work.
Hi, Air Force grads. This is Amanda Barnhart. I just want to say congratulations on graduating. What a huge achievement, and thank you so much for your service.
This is Mason Plumley of the Denver Nuggets. I want to send a big congratulations to the seniors of this year's U.S. Air Force Academy and wish you guys well moving forward. Thank you for your service. We appreciate you, and God bless.
What's up, guys? Adam LaRoche here. I just want to remind you guys, during these strange, uncertain times, in a very unconventional graduation, that what you guys stand for, what you've done and are going to continue to do is incredibly appreciated. And know that even though so many of us have thought about doing what you're doing or dreamed about doing what you're doing, you guys actually had the guts to go do it. And on behalf of my family, our country, just know that we are always going to be praying for you guys. We are pulling for you, and we are eternally indebted to you. Love y'all. Enjoy.
Hi, I just want to give a huge shout out to the class of 2020, to all you men and women out there who just graduated. Also want to say thank you for all your hard work, your sacrifices, and for protecting this country. Thank you.
Hey guys, Scott Snellings here. Congratulations on the graduation. And on behalf of myself and the rest of the PGA Tour, we appreciate your service and sacrifice for our country. Best of luck and congratulations again.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Red Gerard. Just wanted to say congratulations on graduating your 2020 Air Force Academy. Honestly, it keeps me doing what I do and all that, and I really want to thank you guys for your service. Thank you guys so much, and congratulations.
To the class of 2020, I want to say congratulations. Thank you for your service and your sacrifice. Our country is so very proud of you.
Hey, what's up Air Force grads? This is Nick Lima, soccer player for the San Jose Earthquakes and U.S. men's national team. I want to say congratulations for your achievement and good luck to all of you in the next steps of your journey, and thank you all for your service.
What's up Air Force grads? I'm Steele Lafferty, and I just want to say congratulations on graduating. I know you all worked really hard on this. Thank you so much for your service. You guys are amazing.
Hello, my name is Carrie Pierce, and I just want to say congratulations to the graduating seniors. Thank you so much for your service for our country. It should be something you guys are truly proud of. Congrats again on graduating.
Hello, graduating class of 2020. My name's Johnny Collinson. I'm a professional skier out in Utah. Just wanted to say thank you for your service. Our country is so proud of you, so thank you again.
I'm Koa Smith. I'm here in Hawaii, sending my love to the Air Force class of 2020. You guys did it, man. Congratulations, and thank you for your service. Thank you for everything. Aloha.
I'm Specialist Samantha Schultz in the U.S. Army and a Tokyo Olympic qualifier in the sport of modern pentathlon. Congratulations on your graduation, class of 2020. Keep up the hard work and contribution to the armed forces. Thank you for your willingness to serve and sacrifice. Congratulations again.
To the Air Force Academy graduating class of 2020, I want to thank you for your service and sacrifice. Congratulations on graduating from one of the most elite service academies. Our country is very proud of you.
To the graduating class of 2020, I want to thank you for your service and sacrifice. I'd also like to congratulate you. Our country is proud of you. Keep up the great work.
Hey guys, it's Tyler Beatty with the San Francisco Giants. I just wanted to reach out to you guys and congratulate the 2020 graduating class at the USAFA. I don't know where you guys have been or what you guys have been through or what you guys will go through, but I just wanted to say that I'm both proud and thankful for your service to our country. It makes me proud to be a citizen of the United States of America. So once again, congratulations on graduating and best of luck moving forward. We'll be thinking of you and praying for you. Take care.
To the graduating class of 2020, congrats. Our country is extremely proud of you, and I can't thank you enough for your service and your sacrifice. God bless every single one of you. America.
And lastly, to my girl Olivia Davis, Squadron 29, the Black Panthers. Congratulations and enjoy the day.
Ma'am, room 67 reports for inspection.